Most people fear being alone with their thoughts. But what if thoughts aren't what they're truly avoiding? What if the discomfort you feel in silence isn't the absence of sound, but the sudden presence of yourself? Have you ever noticed how desperately we fill every quiet moment? A podcast while driving, music in the shower, scrolling in the elevator, notifications pinging like tiny alarms reminding us, don't stop, don't feel, don't look inward. We live in a world engineered to keep us running from ourselves. Tonight, we're going to walk straight into that discomfort, not to torture ourselves, but to discover what lies on the other side. Because silence, my friend, is not emptiness. It is the threshold to your deepest freedom. Think about your average day. From the moment your eyes open, the world rushes in. Alarms, news feeds, conversations, tasks, entertainment. Even our sleep is interrupted by glowing screens and racing minds. We have become masters of distraction. Why? Because silence threatens something fundamental. It threatens the carefully constructed story we tell ourselves about who we are. In the noise, we can maintain the illusion of control. We can chase the next dopamine hit, the next achievement, the next validation. We can outrun the quiet voice that whispers, there is more to you than this endless doing. But beneath the surface, something deeper stirs, a quiet longing, a subtle ache, a sense that no matter how much we consume, we still feel empty. We scroll because we fear stillness. We talk because we fear listening. We plan because we fear presence. This is the great escape, an entire civilization addicted to stimulation, not because it brings joy, but because it keeps us from meeting the parts of ourselves we've exiled. The unprocessed grief from years ago, the quiet shame of not feeling enough, the anger we swallowed to keep the peace, the dreams we abandoned to stay safe. Noise is anesthesia. Silence is the moment the anesthetic wears off. Imagine this, you finally decide to sit. No phone, no music, no distractions, just you, a chair or cushion, and the space around you. At first, it feels peaceful, maybe even novel. Then it begins. Your mind races like a wild horse suddenly freed from its reins. Thoughts tumble over one another. What should I be doing right now? Did I reply to that email? I need groceries. Why did they say that to me last week? Am I behind in life? The discomfort rises quickly. Restlessness in the body, itchiness, an urge to stand up, to check something, anything. This is where most people turn back. But stay, just a little longer. What you're experiencing is not failure. It is the first crack in the armor, the mind's frantic attempt to regain control, because in silence the ego loses its favorite playground, the external world. Without something to react to, judge, or fix, the ego panics. It throws up every worry, every memory, every future fantasy it can find. This is the gatekeeper. If you breathe through it, if you watch the thoughts like clouds drifting across a vast sky without grabbing onto them, something shifts. The racing slows, not because you forced it, but because you stopped feeding it. And then, the deeper layers begin to surface. Take a slow breath with me right now, wherever you are. Inhale, feel the air moving into your lungs. Exhale, let your shoulders drop. Notice the space between your thoughts. Even if it's only a second, that tiny gap is sacred. It is the beginning of remembering who you are beyond the noise. What emotions are living in your body right now? Don't analyze them, just feel them. A tightness in the chest, a heaviness in the belly, warmth, trembling. These sensations are messengers. They have been waiting for you to stop running long enough to listen. This is the part that feels threatening. When the surface chatter quiets, the exiled parts of you step forward. The grief you never fully felt after losing someone. The rage you pushed down to be nice. The fear that you're not worthy of the life you desire. The loneliness that lives in the center of your chest, no matter how many people surround you. These emotions don't feel comfortable. They feel heavy, dark, overwhelming. But here's the profound truth. They only feel dangerous because they've been denied for so long. Suppressed, they fester. Acknowledged in silence, they begin to dissolve. You are not broken for feeling them. You are human. And every great spiritual tradition has taught this same lesson. The way out is through. Sit with the sadness. Let it move through you like a wave. Cry if it comes. Shake if the body needs to release. There is no need to fix it or understand it perfectly. Just witness it. I see you, you can whisper inside. I'm here now. In this witnessing, something miraculous happens. The emotion is no longer an enemy. It becomes energy in motion. It passes, and behind it, space, more space than you thought possible. This is where healing lives, not in forcing positivity, but in allowing what is to be fully seen, without judgment, without the need to change it immediately. The ego hates this. The ego wants to label, fix, escape, or identify with the pain. I am anxious. I am broken. This will never end. But you are not the anxiety. You are not the grief. You are the vast awareness in which these waves arise and fall. And that awareness, it is untouched, eternal, peaceful. Ancient sages across every tradition knew this secret. The Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree in silence and awakened. Jesus went into the desert for 40 days. Lao Tzu spoke of returning to the uncarved block. Rumi danced into divine union through the doorway of the heart. They weren't escaping life. They were finally meeting it, fully, without distraction. In deep stillness, they discovered that beneath the personal self, the one with stories, wounds, and roles, there exists a boundless presence, pure awareness, the ground of being. You don't need to travel to a monastery or sit for decades to taste this. You only need to be willing to stay when everything inside you wants to run. In silence, the illusion of separation dissolves. You feel the interconnectedness of all things, not as a concept, but as living reality. The breath moving through you is the same breath that moves through the trees. The awareness looking out of your eyes is the same awareness at the heart of existence. This is not woo-woo. This is the most grounded truth there is. You begin to notice. Thoughts still come, but you are no longer their slave. Emotions still arise, but they no longer define you. The world still spins with its chaos, but inside a deep calm remains. This is freedom, not the absence of challenges, but the presence of an unshakable home within. Let's go deeper together. Close your eyes if it feels safe. Imagine dropping a pebble into a vast, still lake. Watch the ripples spread and eventually fade. That lake is your consciousness. The pebble is any thought or emotion. Let them ripple. Don't chase them. Now sink even deeper, past the ripples, into the still water itself. Feel how quiet it is here, how clear, how complete. This is you. This has always been you. Rest here for a moment. No need to do anything. Just be. You may feel resistance. That's okay. Love the resistance too. It is part of the journey home. In this stillness, you remember, you are not the thinker. You are not the feeler. You are the space that holds it all. And that space is love. That space is peace. That space is freedom. As you practice returning to silence again and again, you will change. Not overnight, not through force, but through gentle, consistent remembering. You will laugh more easily at the mind's dramas. You will respond instead of react. Compassion will flow naturally because you've met your own pain with kindness. Creativity will surge from the well of stillness. Insights will arrive not from frantic thinking, but from the fertile void. Relationships will deepen because you no longer need others to fill your inner voids. You will begin to live from presence rather than personality. The things that once terrified you, being alone, facing uncertainty, feeling deeply, become doorways. Silence stops being the enemy and becomes your greatest ally, your sanctuary, your truest home. Perhaps silence isn't empty at all. Perhaps it is the place where your deepest self has been waiting, patiently, lovingly, for your entire life, waiting for you to stop running, to stop performing, to stop hiding. In that silence, you don't find answers to every question. You find something better, the peace that surpasses understanding, the knowing that you are whole, exactly as you are, the freedom to live fully, without the constant weight of inner resistance. So today, give yourself the gift of even 5 minutes. Sit, breathe, feel, listen. The world will still be there when you return, but you will return different, clearer, lighter, more alive. You are not alone in this. Countless souls have walked this path before you, and now it is your turn. The discomfort you feel in silence, it is the birth pain of your awakening. Lean in, you are coming home. Let this be your closing mantra. I am safe in silence. I am whole in stillness. I am free in presence. I rest in the awareness that holds everything, and so it is.